Hey, this is Lorena. We're gonna do a work day today. I've had other kinds of work days, like lasering kind of work days, and me and YouTube are having some conflicts of interest. We are fighting, but we're gonna be fine, I guess. It's not, I hear Lorena complain about her job day, and we're going to, I wanted to quilt this one. I think I could probably quilt it real quick and then get another quilt ready while I'm doing that. So let's get ready for that. So I'm going to use scrap batting on this quilt. This quilt was made by a friend at a retreat. And a retreat that I got going. And so we're going to use scrap batting on her. Ta-da-da. And I put different backs on the back of this quilt. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna put probably like a very open, big, giant design so I could quilt her quickly because she's quilting. I'm quilting her for a friend. I haven't been up here probably like in 2 weeks because I've been doing other kind of work. Like I lose these everywhere. Oh, you don't want to get old. I don't mind getting old. It's just, I'm glad I'm 50 and look like I'm 40. Get her nice and clean. And this quilt is not necessarily perfect, even if you can see the strips on her. But we're gonna make her look like someone who knows what they're doing did this. So let's see. I'm doing TikTok now. The camera just fell, so you seem to, maybe that smack in the face made you work better. Oh gosh, these suck. So it's all for y'all to see what I'm doing. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm straightening her out nice and pretty, and she's not ironed well, but it's okay. You can kind of straighten out quilts that aren't ironed well by just kind of like hand pressing them. And if the quilt is really bad, of course I will really go back and iron and make sure that the quilt is as flat as it can be. There you go. Look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful this quilt is. And then I kind of straightened out the frame over here for her and then flattened her, and I'm also checking for any open seams. Because I know this quilt isn't perfect in the sense of I know the piecer and she's a beginner sewer. So this is the design I'm going to put on her. It's 3 rows and 3 repeats. I could have done 2 and 2, but I just want her to quilt quickly, and while she's quilting quickly, I'm going to be getting ready for my other client stuff. So one of the things I do when the machine is going, and I'll show you the machine. When she's running, I start prepping other clients' quilts. Someone asked me if I piece a lot anymore, and I still piece, but because I've been so busy last year that I'm trying to change it up this year. And they're like, well, with the long arms quilting, you could be piecing. Well, the truth is, While the long arm is quilting, I am prepping my clients' quilts. And a lot of the prep for my clients' quilts is putting quilt tops or quilt backs on leaders. I'm also winding bobbins, and I am literally doing it the whole day while I'm here. I'm literally prepping probably 10 to 15 quilts, whether I'm winding bobbins for them or whether I'm sewing them on the leaders. So that transition from one quilt to another goes quickly, and I only take probably 10 minutes in that transition because I work really fast, but I'm not piecing my quilts while I'm up here. I am working, and I could be working on cutting batting, directional fabric, and it's a basting stitch. I'm also managing the long arm, like if the thread messes up, if it stops unexpectedly, if it gets caught because the seam is open. I am constantly managing it, and like right now, in a minute, I'm gonna check it to make sure that the tension is right. I let it quilt a little bit. See, look at that. That's not good. See that? What I'm going to do is I'm going to just pin it. See, sometimes the quilt looks, I checked it, it looks like it's completely sewn, and sometimes there's like a missing seam. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to baste this down. The reason you want to baste it is you saw it came up and down a couple times. You want to like avoid having it snag again. It's okay, it's not perfect, but it's good. And then sometimes I'm having to unstitch because the way it quilted on there, it didn't quilt right. And so I don't have a lot of time because I'm prepping other quilts. Also, I'm filming, so that takes some time. Like right now I'm filming instead of sewing. So I'm putting leaders on a quilt for a client. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna send her pictures of the thread that I'm gonna put on there. She also sent me a design, so then I need to purchase the design. So right here, up here, it's all business, it's all work. One thing I'm also doing a lot of is checking and rechecking. For example, this is a directional fabric. I need to make sure I put it on the long arm right. And I am like, make sure you put it on the pickup bar. Make sure you don't put it backwards before you quilt it. And if I think sometimes I have to like be on top of myself because it's so easy to get distracted and make some major mistakes. So I'm gonna just nice and roll. I need to roll her some more, but it's not straight. Look how beautiful the quilting is. I honestly think when you do something out of love, it's perfect enough. Imperfectly perfect.